What's up, movie lovers? I'm Mike, and this is Gotta Love Them Movies. Oh, you guys, welcome back to Gotta Love Them Movies, your daily dose of movie news. I'm your host, Mr. Mike Brown. I'm here all the time, and, oh, you guys, today, the world is weird today. You guys, the world is weird. But it's also, I have hope. I have hope for a bright future. I have been off the air, so to speak, for about a week now. My other job, as some of you may know, my other job, I work as a flight attendant, and they have been putting my... shall I say patience? They've been putting my patience to the test. So I'm just working all the time, and so I don't have that much of an opportunity to do the show right now. The whole idea, the basic shtick is that I'm on call. I'm on call all the time. I'm off today, and I'm off tomorrow, so I'll be doing another show tomorrow. But hey, when I'm on call, and if that phone rings, I have to answer it, and I have to go wherever they send me to, whether it's one day, whether it's 4 days, anything in between, maybe 6 days, who knows. So it's the whole thing of just not knowing if I'm going to work and not knowing where I'm going to go. I mean, that's kind of a bother. Now, I have noticed in my headphones, it sounds like the gain is acting up a little bit, so let's see if we can change the gain a little bit. I don't know if anyone can still hear me. The gain is changing. So let's see if did this do anything. All right. Let's see if I can just manually turn this sucker up a little bit. There we go. How's that? It sounds a little bit better to me. Hope it sounds okay to you guys. All right, so you guys, with all of that being said, we've got some pretty cool things to talk about today. We've got WandaVision, we've got Spider-Man, and if there's anything that you guys specifically want to talk about, jump down to the comments section below and leave your thoughts about movies past, present, or future. Anything that you want to talk about, we can do that. And also, if anybody just wants to send me an email and make their comments or questions or anything of the like a main topic on the show, you can do that. Just send me an email at gottalovethemmovies@gmail.com, and we will make your question or comment or concern or whatever it is a main topic here on the show. All right, guys. So before we can start the main portion of the show, head over to YouTube if you haven't done it already. Go to youtube.com, type in Gotta Love Them Movies. In the top right-hand corner of the screen, you're going to see a little red square that says subscribe. Go ahead and click on that button. What clicking on that button does is it helps us to widen our subscriber base. And I understand many of you are watching this on Facebook Live right now. Cool. Awesome. Thank you. You are part of the community. You're giving us stuff to talk about. But here's the thing, you guys. With the more subscribers the channel gets on YouTube, the more watched content the channel gets. And with the more watched content the channel gets, I get to make this show my full-time job. And I won't let that pesky flight attendant job rule my life anymore, which is the dream. Of course, as soon as we hit 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, this the live portion will be moving from Facebook to YouTube. So just something to be aware of on the radar. All right, guys, with all of that down and out of the way, now it's time to go over and take a little bit of movie news.
What? What?
All right. First and foremost, you guys, I want to talk WandaVision. If you haven't already seen the show WandaVision, I encourage you to click away now or forever hold your clicks. This will be how am I doing this? There we go. A WandaVision spoiler talk. The first 2 episodes of WandaVision are out right now on Disney Plus. I watched them. I thoroughly enjoyed them. So if there's anything regarding WandaVision that you want to talk, jump on down to the comment section below. Also, later in the show, we are going, after we finish talking about WandaVision, we are going to talk about Spider-Man 3. So if you have any, because there's some Spider-Man 3 set photos that have dropped, but we'll talk about that in a moment. But first, you guys, WandaVision. My overall thoughts, and we are going to talk spoilers, so be warned. My overall thoughts, I really enjoyed it. It's a weird format. I mean, it's not a weird format, but it's a format that we've never seen before in the MCU, right? It's a 1950s, 1960s black and white sitcom. Much in the vein of like, and you know, everybody keeps saying Dick Van Dyke, I Love Lucy, Bewitched, because those are the shows they have like specifically been drawing inspiration from. Donna Reed, Father Knows Best, Ozzie and Harriet. It's these kinds of shows that that WandaVision in its first 2 episodes had been drawing a lot of inspiration from, and it feels just like a 1950s, 1960s sitcom. It feels of that era. The jokes are just silly and ridiculous the same way that they would have been back in the 1950s and 1960s. Even just down to the silly plot lines or like storylines of each episode. Here's the gambit of this episode. Da 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 da. Magic, right? I really liked it. I thought it was really well done. It has just enough intrigue of like, hang on a second. What like the scene in the pilot episode. The pilot episode. Yeah. In the first episode where Vision's boss comes over and he starts eating his beef and he starts choking, and there's this moment of like, oh no, what do we do? Not just oh no, what do we do, but how is this happening? Like, what is happening right now? It was such an interesting moment. And then of course, you know, Vision kind of uses his phasing powers, I guess, to kind of reach into his boss's throat and pull out that little piece of lodged beef. And then in, you know, the second episode, we have even more question things. Like there was that whole like the beekeeper popping up out of the storm grate, the sewer grate. There were so many interesting moments about this that were, and you know, like the radio crackling saying, Wanda, are you there? Wanda, where are you? This, in just its first 2 episodes, I'm like, I wouldn't necessarily say that I'm hooked, but I'm hooked. Like, if this were any other show, I would kind of be like, what in the world is going on here? It's like the Dick Van Dyke Show meets Lost. And I like that. I'm digging that. I think that's a really fun kind of vibe. Anyway, guys, we're going to jump into spoilers. We're going to jump into some of the Easter eggs, what some of them mean. Maybe some of you caught them. Maybe some of you didn't. And, you know, I'm just using a list that's on Yahoo. So if there's something that you caught that isn't on this list on Yahoo, jump down to the comment section below. I definitely want to hear what's on your brain. Spill your brains, as we once previously coined. All right, cool. So I just want to jump into this particular article right now. We're just going to scroll through. Let's get rid of this advertisement. Okay. So as we all know, it's kind of, you know, in the vein of like Bewitched and I Love Lucy and Dick Van Dyke and all that stuff, right? Cool. Awesome. But then we get to like one of the main characters of the show. Now, if you don't want any of this to be spoiled, again, click away now. This is a lot of what we're going to talk about is speculation. Not all of it, but some of it. So if you want to continue on with the series completely blind, click away. because we are going to talk some speculation stuff, and this is a lot of the speculation that's in this article here on Yahoo Entertainment. So of course Catherine Hahn is playing the character Agnes. She's like the next door neighbor. I'm the nosy neighbor. I want to know everything about you guys, right? So there is some fan speculation going on right now that she's actually going to be playing the character Agatha Harkness. Now, who is Agatha Harkness? Let's jump out of here. While there isn't a Marvel Comics character of the same name as Agnes, speculation is high that Agnes will turn out to be none other than Agatha Harkness, a powerful sorceress who tangled with the Scarlet Witch in the comics. I don't know why they call it the funny books. That's a weird way to put it. First as a nemesis and later as a kind of teacher. Beyond the similar names, fans also pointed out that Catherine Hahn, the actor, sports a telltale brooch on the show. Other evidence? Agnes has dubbed her rabbit Sir Scratch. The name of Agatha's son is Nicholas Scratch. As for her never-seen husband, Ralph, that could be a moniker for the demon Mephisto, who is intimately connected to a storyline that's set up at the end of the second episode. Possible setup. It's not a definite setup. It's a possible setup. Again, this is all speculation. So, of course, on Twitter, people are pointing out that I think this is kind of clever. Maybe this is like complete people looking into it too much, but I don't know. I think it's kind of cool. Agnes, Agatha Harkness. Let's capitalize the A and the G in Agatha, capitalize the N-E-S in Harkness, and you get Agnes. Which is, is that true? I don't know. Maybe. Who knows? Maybe. I don't know. I think it's kind of cool. So there's the brooch that was aforementioned between both Catherine Hahn and the comic character. And of course, yeah, her referring to her bunny as her Scratch. Yeah, that whole thing. So that's pretty cool, right? And then Mephisto, who knows? I don't know. It's possible. I don't know if it's probable. It might be probable. I don't know. We'll just have to kind of wait and see. But then again, who else is going to be like the main villain here? Also, the character of Geraldine. This caught me by surprise a little bit when and the actor's name is failing me at the moment, but the woman who we already know is cast as why are names not coming to my brain right now? Monica Rambeau. We already know that this actor is playing Monica Rambeau. So in the episode, when Wanda asks her what her name is, she goes, Geraldine, right? So there's an obvious kind of connection there. Yeah. So is she? So again, it's being speculated. Is she there? Does Monica Rambeau know that she's there? Wherever there is, we don't actually know where there is, right? We know that Sword is an organization. We'll get to it. Actually, we're talking about it now. So let me jump down here a second. Sword is an organization in the comics, much like S.H.I.E.L.D., where Nick Fury was head of S.H.I.E.L.D. Sword is much like... it's very akin to S.H.I.E.L.D., but it's more of the intergalactic version of S.H.I.E.L.D. in the comics. So obviously they are introducing Sword into the MCU. At the end of Spider-Man Far From Home, we already saw Nick Fury on a spaceship surrounded by tons of Skrulls going out into the galaxy for some reason. Something, who knows? Probably to set up Sword? Probably. That's my theory. That's a lot of people's theory. And then the Sword logo now pops up in this show. on the back of the beekeeper, on a computer monitor, and on a notebook, as like, and there's somebody in like some kind of an underground bunker or room or whatever looking at this monitor that's playing like old classic 1950s episodes of whatever, starring Wanda and Vision, which is such a weird concept. Like, is she... okay, so here's the thing. If Mephisto, however you pronounce it, if Mephisto is the big bad of this series, if he is the villain, it kind of makes sense that Wanda would be kind of sucked into kind of like this weird television world and she can't get out. Now, I know a lot of us are speculating that up until we watch the show, that WandaVision is going to be based on the House of M storyline, where Wanda just can't handle the fact that Vision is dead, that her children are dead, and so she manifests her children back to life. And it's not real. It's just a projection of her children. So of course the X-Men and the Avengers come in to stop her, and that's where she utters the words "No more mutants," and then all the mutants get obliterated. Well, like 95% of the mutant population gets obliterated, except for the X-Men, because hey, they're the main story characters, right? Anyway, that's a whole other tangent. So we know SWORD is involved somehow. And somebody is monitoring all of this. So okay, so there's SWORD. So we know SWORD is a part of this. Then we get to the ads. Like, there are commercials. There's one commercial break per episode so far. The first commercial break was of the Toastmate 2000, I think. It was just a toaster, but it was made by Stark Industries, and it has like some very interesting plugs and things about it. One viewer pointed out that when you push the button down on the toaster, then it makes the same sound as Tony Stark's like hand, like that whole thing. And then we get to this particular watch made by Strucker, and it says Hydra. What does it say? Sorry. 1000 Hydra, and then it has a Hydra logo, then it says 1000. Obviously Baron von Strucker from Age of Ultron. If you are not familiar, if you're not putting these pieces together, Baron von Strucker was the guy who experimented with Loki's staff. It was the Mind Stone before Vision became Vision. When the Mind Stone was still in Loki's staff, Baron von Strucker got his hands on the staff and then experimented on two people from Sokovia, who turned out to be Wanda and her brother Pietro Maximoff, and turns them into Quicksilver and the Scarlet Witch using the Mind Stone, which is why in Avengers Infinity War, everybody said, Wanda, you were the only one that can destroy this thing because your magical powers come from the Mind Stone. So nothing else can destroy the Mind Stone except for powers that came from the Mind Stone, which is you. That whole thing. So this watch, the commercial for this watch is a reference to Baron von Strucker, the guy who created Wanda Maximoff. The calendar is August 23rd, and the Hydra watch is pointing to 8/23. Connection? Probably. And that was the first thing that jumped out to me when I was watching the first episode. Like, there's something. What is it about August 23rd? There's something about August 23rd. Can't quite put my finger on it, but we'll get there. Bee's knees. Okay, yeah. So who is the beekeeper? We don't know. We don't know who the beekeeper is. It is speculated that it is Jimmy Woo, the FBI agent from Ant-Man and the Wasp. It is highly speculated that he is now, having been recruited into SWORD, is on some kind of a mission to find Wanda. Also, it's being speculated that it's his voice coming over the radio. I think it was during the second episode. Wanda, are you there? Wanda, where are you? That whole thing. So it's being speculated that the beekeeper is Jimmy Woo. We don't know that for certain, so we'll just kind of have to lay wait and see what's going on. More logos from Sword. Sword obviously stands for, I'd say obviously, but Sword, if you don't know, stands for the Sentient World Observation and Response Department. Just an intergalactic version of S.H.I.E.L.D. essentially is all that is. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And then the For the Children. For the Children. So at the end of the second episode, Wanda and Vision hear clamoring out in the front yard, and they go out and they come to find that it's the beekeeper, and then it freaks Wanda out. It freaks out Wanda. So she kind of reverses time a little bit so they can go back to that the tender moment that she and Vision had just before the clamoring out on the street. So then you come to find out, the camera pans out. Oh my goodness, Wanda's pregnant. Is this real? Yes, it's real, right? Is she really pregnant, or is this just in her imagination? I mean, if we're drawing inspiration from, the House of M storyline, I would say that her being pregnant is just in her mind. I don't think that it's actually real. Let me fix this camera just a little bit. There we go. I don't think that it's actually real. But it's possible that she got pregnant before the events of, well, I don't know. How would that work? That wouldn't work, because you can't be pregnant for 5 years. So I have a feeling that this is all in her mind. She's not actually pregnant. That this will lead into some kind of a House of M story kind of thing, whatever. Anyway, guys, if you were interested in talking spoilers about WandaVision, what were things that you picked up on? This was just an article from Yahoo Entertainment. They listed like a whole bunch of stuff. I thought it was pretty interesting, somewhat eye-opening. Also, it's very speculative. The whole thing is extremely speculative. We don't know actually what is happening yet. We have speculation, but we don't actually have confirmation as to what all the things that are happening in WandaVision are until they unfold week by week. So this Friday, we will get our next installment of WandaVision. If there's anything WandaVision specifically related that you want to talk about, jump on down to the comment section below and let's start a conversation. Okay, you guys, we're going to move away from WandaVision real quick. And we're going to talk about, so I'm trying to do two different things all at the same time. So we are sorry, this is extremely unprofessional of me. Booyah! You like how I did that? That took way too much time. I did not need to take that much time. Okay, yes. So Spider-Man 3. We all know that Spider-Man 3 is coming. Spider-Man Homecoming, Spider-Man Far From Home, Spider-Man Home Fries, Spider-Man Home Sweet Home is kind of, I feel like Home Sweet Home is the title that a lot of people speculate is going to be the actual title of the next Spider-Man movie. So yeah, let's jump in. Some set photos broke this morning. Some set photos broke this morning on the set of Spider-Man Thrace down in Atlanta. Yeah, so we'll jump through some of these. The first, I think there's like 8 different photos, 7 or 8 different photos. So let's jump into the first set of photos. We can see that there's at least a portion of the film that takes place during the wintertime. Here's Zendaya. She's working at a donut shop. The internet is saying that she's wearing, the same necklace that Peter Parker gave her in the previous film, Far From Home, the Black Dahlia necklace. I personally think it looks a little different, but if you think it's the same one, jump down to the comment section below and let me know your thoughts. Here we have Peter Parker just kind of walking up the street, and obviously there's snow falling, there's snow on the ground. This is all production value. This is not real snow. And it just kind of looks like Tom Holland is rehearsing his lines. Next, we have Tom Holland in the donut shop with Zendaya, MJ, Happy Hanukkah on the side of the window glass. So they're having some kind of a scene there. And then, of course, it looks like he purchased something and now he's walking away from the donut shop, right? Cool. So that is set of photos number 1. Set of photos number 2. Here we actually have Peter Parker, supposedly Tom Holland in the Spider-Man suit, running down the street. You can see in the bottom right-hand corner, there's somebody in a knitted hat. I choose to believe that this is someone from the production staff. I don't think this is actually a character in the movie, but we'll just kind of have to wait and see what this is all about, right? Here's Tom Holland on set being smart and safe, wearing a mask. Good for him. Good English kid there. Spider-Man sitting on top of a car looking around. Doesn't really offer us. I mean, we get a great look at the suit. This is the same suit from Spider-Man Far From Home. So he's using the same suit, same technology, same bells and whistles that he had in the previous movie. So yeah, I mean, it's kind of just a standard set photo without a lot of Easter eggs there. Same thing. He's just standing on a car. Looks like he's just kind of like either waiting for the production crew to get set up, or maybe it's part of the scene. Maybe in the scene, he's standing on top of a car looking around. Maybe he's looking for the bad guy, right? Quote unquote bad guy. Now I do want to scroll down a little bit. There's another photo that popped up here. This is Tom Holland's brother, Harry Holland. We can see him here on wires. He's on the street. He is he's all rigged up. It looks as though he's getting ready for some big stunt. You can see he's carrying a bag in his hands. You have to wonder, is this like a street level villain or crook or something? Who knows? Now, it's being speculated online that Harry Holland, Tom Holland's brother, may possibly be playing Harry Osborn, who eventually, you may or may not know, turns out to be the Green Goblin. So you have the Green Goblin, Norman Osborn, and then you have Harry Osborn, his son, who also becomes the Green Goblin. Anything's possible, you guys. But I think a lot of people are drawing inspiration from Harry Osborn, the Green Goblin. Harry Holland, brother of Tom Holland. Harry Holland, Harry Osborn. Maybe they're both going to be the Green Goblin, I don't know if that's, I don't know. I don't know what the reasoning is here. So of course, like we pointed out, he's on wires. He's hanging from something. He's going to do some kind of a stunt, probably involving jumping or flying or something of that nature. In a previous thing here, we have Spider-Man. Oh, what did I just click on? That's not what I meant to click on. All right. Go away. There we go. Okay. Yeah, so maybe his brother's going to be flying around and Spider-Man is here and they're going to have like some kind of a tussle on the sidewalk. Who knows? But that's about it. There's the whole Spider-Man first look. This is the first look. Whenever you hear that, hey, there's going to be a first look of a thing, we always tend to speculate, oh, it's going to be video. Oh, they're going to cut together like some kind of a thing, like everything that they filmed so far, they're going to put it into a supercut and we're going to see our first look. Not necessarily. Sometimes our first look is just set photos. And as much as I hate to say. It's a little disappointing because we all kind of want just a little bit more. We just a little bit more, and I get that. I want a little bit more too. But at the same time, it also, the more you know about something, it kind of spoils the movie, which, yes, I understand the conundrum of this show talking about, hey, let's not spoil things. Let's leave some things as a mystery. Believe me, the irony is not lost on me. But yeah, that's kind of what we do. So anyway, guys, that is, I think that's pretty much going to do it. For today's show. If there's anything more Spider-Man related, anything more WandaVision related that you guys want to talk about, like I said before, just send me an email at gottalovethemmovies@gmail.com. If you have any questions, if you have any fan theories, if there's any news that I missed that you want to talk about, that you want to bring up, send me an email and we will make your comment or question a main topic here on the show. All right, guys, if you like this video, click like. If you really like this video, click subscribe. And if you really, really like this video, click share, because that is exactly what Spider-Man Peter Parker would want you to do. All right, guys, my name is Mike Brown. This is Gotta Love Them Movies, your daily dose of movie news. Thank you so much for joining and being part of the conversation. Thanks for being part of the community. Film fan community is an awesome community, and I love being a part of it. You guys, we live in a weird, crazy world where everybody has their own thoughts and opinions, and sometimes those thoughts and opinions clash. So if you have an opportunity to infuse a little bit of kindness into the world today, please take that opportunity. If you have an opportunity to speak kind words to each other, again, please take that opportunity. As always, in the words of Bill and Ted, be excellent to each other. I'll see you guys tomorrow.